morning. Welcome to the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. Joining you live from Charter Channel 6 studios in Tullahoma, Tennessee. I'm with Red Raider head coach Lee Davis. I'm Chip Ramsey, your host with the Saturday Independent newspaper. Gee whiz.
That's one way to put it.
Gee whiz. I think the sentiments you gave me before we went live was sick. Last night, 43-29 loss at Cookeville. Raiders had a chance to claim first place in District 6-3A. That did not happen. Rainy, messy night, Coach. Your thoughts before we watch the video?
Just like I told you, sickening loss. We had a chance to win the region back-to-back for the first time in school history, and we came up short. Thought our kids played well, and they played tough, and that's all you can ask for.
You know, you had a beast of a back again to stop. It seems like this whole season has been littered with featured running backs who are either difficult to bring down or just plain fast. And last night you had one of those to deal with, did you not? We
did. Russ Davidson, number 11 for Cookeville, is a great player. He was a little banged up, and I think we banged him up a little more last night. And he didn't play the second half. We really got to him, and it made the game a lot better.
Messy conditions. It was misty, rainy, windy, cold, miserable time to play football. But how did that affect the outcome or just the overall play of the game?
It made us really almost a 100% running team. I mean, we couldn't grip the ball to throw it. Our receivers had a hard time hanging on to it. We had a fumble. We hadn't fumbled all year, and Murray coughed it up one time. And it makes for a sloppy game.
D'Angelo Rozier, 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. A sophomore, goes over 1,200 yards for the season. What do you say?
What do you say?
What do you say?
The kid can play. He's a sophomore. He's got a little speed to him. He's a power back. He's everything you want in a kid and a football player.
Okay, we're going to go to watch the show here in just a second. Here we've got live game footage from Cookeville in the rain at Cookeville High. Coach, do we know any more about what our lineup is, who we may be playing in the playoffs next weekend, and where?
Well, according to the Daily News Journal and the Tennessean, they're projecting us to go to Riverdale. If it was up to me, I'd love to go back to Cookeville and play them again. Our kids were fired up, and we feel like we can beat Cookeville again. And that's where we want to go. I've heard McMinn. I've heard everywhere. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. At 11 o'clock, we'll probably be live on the air. I'll tell you exactly where we're going.
All right. Well, when we get to go to commercial here in just a few minutes, stay tuned. You're watching the Lee Davis, Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show, live, Charter Channel 6. Thank you.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
A Paul Reed Smith quilt top dual humbucker guitar, 1923 dollar bill, commonly referred to as the blanket bill.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
I'm Lori Thompson.
I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought Thompson Ford back in Tullahoma, Tennessee on Highway 55, selling new Fords and used vehicles and plenty of service in the service department. You guys have supported us 100%. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Look forward to 10 years worth of support. We can't wait to support you guys again. Give it back to the communities of Thompson Ford Way. Come see Mike and Lori. Thank you very much. Thank you for blessing us. God bless America.
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
They say you see the world different. It's like I see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. And that's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart performs the most heart procedures in the state. That experience means more survivors. For more than 40 years, they have been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on because you want to survive.
And we're back live. You're watching first half action, pre-kickoff ceremonies here between Coffee County and Cookeville at Cookeville High. Cookeville in red, Coffee County in the white jerseys, black pants.
You can see right away the field, the whole middle of the field is just nothing but standing water. It was a messy track last night.
I've heard Jerry Jocelyn is probably not averse to conditions being like that for his field.
No, he for what they do offensively, which is line up 2 tight, 3 backs, it's exactly what they want. And it's what they got last night.
Rozier falls forward for 2 yards.
That's what Rozier does. You know, he'll put his head down and gain 2 here, 3 there, 2 here, and the next thing you know, he pops one. And he's fun to watch. They had a very good defensive line last night. We were very impressed by their nose guard, and their ends are very well coached, and they do a good job.
Okay, first down. Didn't get caught on film there, but we're back with Meeker taking a snap, throws downfield, pass incomplete. Coach, you mentioned that wet conditions, wet field, hard to throw passes here on 4th down. We're going to punt.
Oh, it was terrible. We probably threw it a lot more than we needed to last night. We're an offense built around running the football, and then when we have to throw, we're able to throw. And it affects us when Meeker can't grip the ball and throw it, and our receivers have a hard time coming up with it.
Cookeville takes over.
Ross Davidson running the ball there, number 11. He's a man-child. We were looking at him before the game, and I think I might have went to middle school with the kid. He looks that old. Defense does a good job bottling him up there. We just got to make tackles. A little difficulties there.
First down, Cookeville on that run. Didn't really see what happened there, but technology's as imperfect as the rest of us. Nothing real surprising here. They're just going to line up and run it right downhill at you, right?
They are. That's what they do, and for the most part, I thought we did a good job of containing that. And again, you can see the mist in the air and the wind, and we knew they weren't going to throw it unless they had to, and they knew we weren't either. So it really turned into a heavyweight boxing fight. There's Ross Davidson there, running for 7.
First score of the night. Cookeville goes up 6-0. Ensuing PAT is good. 7-0 your score. Early in the first quarter, Coffee County about to receive the kickoff. We're at second possession of the evening.
It is, and our kids did a great job of responding. We saw what we needed to on the first drive, and we had a plan of action here of what we could do. And I was very impressed with the way we responded.
I think that's what I've probably the most obvious thing I've seen develop on your team as the season has progressed is the attitude. It's something that you can almost sense on the sidelines. It's not a real tangible, but it's that attitude that when we're down, we're going to keep fighting.
Oh, it's really changed since the first week of the season when I almost felt like every time we touched it, we had to score, they'd get their head down. And our kids have changed, and we've turned into a team now that, I don't think anybody really wants to play.
Jet motion. Murray give Rozier.
Well, Charles Jones fullback dive. Yeah, Jones pops one here later in the game off this. We see we can go run up the middle on them, and we've decided that's what we're going to do, and here we go.
Give Rozier. Nice gain. 4 or 5 yards, that's his hallmark. And then the long one. Chris Murray battling for not much there.
Good run. Rozier, good job of the offensive line. We overloaded one side there and did a great job.
It's a new little wrinkle.
It is.
Bringing him around on D'Angelo Rozier around on the end on that.
Almost a little buck sweep. If you can run the buck sweep out of the eye, that's what we thought we'd put in this week. A little wrinkle here.
That was interesting. Here's the wet ground. Rozier goes down.
Again, a little miscommunication there by our receivers. We ran the wrong route, and that's very unacceptable. They jumped off sides a lot last night. We were real successful at being able to really get them out of their rhythm. There's Rozier again, nice run. Just moving the pile and running and having fun.
Let's come on for the ride, guys. Hop on my back. I will carry you.
And that was a 4th down run. That was huge.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 1 and moving the chains and fixing to stick it in the end zone. We thought they did a good job of stacking the box here and really seeing what they could do to keep us out of the end zone. We just line up, pitch it outside, and let Rozier do his thing.
Nice play. D'Angelo Rozier, 6 points on the score. Score is now 7-6. Cookeville. David Morgan for the extra point.
Very nice drive. The 80-yard drive. We ran a lot of time off the clock there and finish up 7-7.
Pretty drive. Still in the first quarter, late. Coffee County to kick off to Cookeville. You were watching a live replay of the Coffee County Cookeville game from last night, from Friday night. Morgan chips one.
And this is sickening. We recover it.
Now,
we have it in our hands. We step up and hand the ball to the official, and his explanation to me was that they recovered it and handed it to him. Now, looking right there, it sure looked like Charles Jones picked it up, came off the ground with it. I'm still having a hard time figuring out how that happened.
That was Charles Jones. Into the first quarter, Coach. Some of the calls did that affect the flow of the game?
You know, you never blame a game on the officials. Yes, there were bad calls here and there. There's always bad calls in games, so I never want to blame officials for anything. But it definitely changed the game a little bit.
It was like a wet field out there.
It was. It was.
We'll be right back with more with the second quarter action from the Coach Lee Davis Lee Davis Red Raider football show. If I can get my act straight. Lee Raider. His new name is Lee Raider. We're going to take you over to John Gray, John Wildcat over here in just a second to give you some word from our sponsors. Take it away, John.
I'm reporting from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and if you are out and thirsty and don't know what to do, talk about our water sponsor, Rick Gerwe and the fine folks at Mid-South Distributing, which bring you white quartz water. Get in the queue if you don't know what to do. Hydrate yourself. This is good stuff. Aquifer water from Georgia, doesn't have to be filtered, comes out of the ground, just quite good. The Q. Thanks, Rick Gerwe, and all you folks over there at Mid-South Distributing. And somebody else we want to thank is the Ascend Federal Credit Union for being with us on the Lee Davis Show this year. And their thing is, strategy is key in winning a football games. All coaches will tell you that, and it's also key in succeeding in life. Give your kids the financial strategy they need to succeed with a youth account from Ascend Federal Credit Union. Ascend's Discover, Venture, or Go Youth accounts encourage and reward financial responsibility. For your children, or if your children already have a savings account at Ascend, they can easily convert it to a youth account. And for more information, visit ascendfcu.org or your nearest Ascend Financial Center. Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising responsibilities. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA, and membership is limited. Thank you, Ascend, so much for being with us this year on the Lee Davis Football Show. Now, we're going to go to another buddy that's here with us this time. And, you know, we've had a hailstorm. We've had damage. This has been a catastrophe around here. You know who to deal with? Give Greg Driver or Chuck Lynch a call at 866-461-5508. That is Apex Restoration, who is teamed up with DKI, North America's largest property damage restoration contracting firm. And that's right, their specialty is dealing with things like we've just had around here. Emergency services, water damage mitigation, mold remediation and environmental services, fire and smoke damage, contents restoration, complete reconstruction, and catastrophe response. Folks, if you hadn't gotten in touch with them about your roof damage or any property damage you have due to the current hailstorm, give them a call at 866-461-5508 because they are local. They will be here 6 months from now. If you have a problem, they'll be there to fix it for you. They won't be in another state chasing another storm. So keep your money at home, folks. Be wise with the money you spend and spend it with the people who live with you and stay in business around you all the time. But that's DKI right here and Apex Restoration. Give them a call. Somebody else we want to thank real quick is Vernon Sherrill and Kevin at Sherrill's Pest Control, 728-4290. Ants, bed bugs, termites, wasps, roaches, carpenter bees, whatever you got. Cookeville. They could get rid of Cookeville. Maybe what we need to do next time we play Cookeville, make sure those Sherrill boys are there to spray the field down real good before we get started, and problem will be solved because they do get rid of pests. They're the best in the business at getting rid of pests. That's another business that's been around here for a long time. And you know why businesses are old? Because they're good. They're not good because they're old. They're old because they're good. Sherrill, the best. 728-4290. We'll be right back after a few more messages. Thank you very much.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank & Trust offers business and mortgage loans including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank & Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
It's Truck Month at Stan McNabb, and new trucks are arriving daily. All trucks available with 0% financing like this new Chevy Silverado. 0% financing plus $5,000 off during Truck Month at Stan McNabb. Plus, every new truck is on sale this month. When nothing but a truck will do, get to Stan McNabb today, the area's largest truck dealer. 2000 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, under the big American flag.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's News Leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
And we're back with second quarter action at Cookeville last night, Coffee County, Cookeville. Coach, you had looks like you had 5 on the line on that last play.
They got a little 50 last night, and they're going to run it. The conditions were the way they were. We put 5 and 6 men on the line of scrimmage and played a decent game here in the first half on defense. But again, they're in the stack eye, and they're just falling forward. And we've got kids in there that hadn't played defense a lot this year. We got Jonathan Lyda, who is down there at nose guard, and he had a great game last night. He was actually one of the reasons they had to get out of their little shift front they were in, and I thought he played an outstanding game. Watson got in there last night, defensive tackle, played a great game. Odom had one of the best games he's had since we've known him. I thought, defensively we had some kids really step up.
Back in the stack eye, and they're just pounding it. Fullback takes, and he's gone.
He's gone, yep. Little fullback to the weak side. They'd hit power 3 or 4 times, just ran ISO at us, and then gave to the fullback and snuck him out the backside. Good job by Jerry Joslin and his staff there. That was a good call. And sometimes you just got to give it up to the other team for making good plays.
14-7, Cookeville now leads Coffee County. You're watching second quarter action from Cookeville.
Rozier had trouble with the ball there again, soaking wet. Go back on offense, and we're gonna do what we do here. We're gonna line up, and run the football a little bit. Good job, keep the pile moving, and eventually he slips out.
He's gone.
Yep,
that's beautiful.
That was great. We knew as long as the pile kept moving, that means they don't have a hold of him, and he just slipped out. And it's Rozier being Rozier. Keeps his feet moving, keeps his eyes up, and just like that, it's 14-14.
D'Angelo he's also been one of those players that, of course, he's a featured back. He's one of the best players on the team, obviously, but he has gotten better all year long. He seems to have an ethic about him now that I think it's part of his maturation process as a person, as a football player. But he really just seems to be more determined to get better every game.
You know what? I feel that way about our whole offense. I mean, I feel like if you look back at the Shelbyville game, the very first game of the season, and you go up to now, the kids have understood the offense. They've picked it up. It seems to me that our offense gets better each and every week.
Definitely, I agree.
And that's a sign of a good football team is when you get better as the weeks go on.
Pass dropped in there.
Little basketball pass there. The ball was so wet, their quarterback just kind of took it and kind of two-hand chest pass. Good job here by Wick stepping up, making a play on defense.
I'm seeing much better containment on your ends this week.
Oh, like I said, Odom had an unbelievable game last night. His job was to contain, and I thought he did a fantastic job at it. I thought our linebackers played well. And Little Smithson got in there in the action, knocked some folks around a little bit. Again, a couple missed tackles. They're just moving the pile and running all over us. Good job of keeping them out, but when you're on the 1 yard line, you can just keep people out for so long.
And Powell pushes through. Quarterback sneak touchdown. 20-7, right? 20-14, Cookeville. Kick makes it 21. Coach, they've got a little pooch pick going. That looked familiar right there.
It did. We love our pooch kick, and Morgan gets better and better each time at it.
He seems to drop it. He can consistently almost drop it on the 30-yard mark, right on the field mark, on the 30-yard mark.
He can, and we're still a little fearful about kicking it deep because we think when we kick it deep, it's just a bona fide draw. I mean, it just gives their best player a chance to take it. You know, we ran the sweep a lot better this week. As you can tell, we hadn't run the sweep a lot this year, and I thought we did a lot better. A little miscommunication lining up here.
Flags flying
from everywhere. That's sickening as a coach when you can't get lined up. That's one of the first things you do. Little laser. Oh, it was open. Oh, it was wide open. This is the first time I've seen it since the game, and I didn't realize exactly how open it was.
Wet ball tends to be pushed out of a quarterback's hand under.
It does. And now we're behind the chains, 3rd and 11 or so, and you get behind the chains and it's just hard to, especially on a wet field when you can't throw the ball real well. We've dug ourselves a hole here.
Delay of game penalty. Meeker back at quarterback.
Great read and great throw here. We had Wicks running down the middle and it just threw his hands. I mean, it was, you get behind the defense, you expect to make those catches. We did get a roughing the passer penalty, so they gave us automatic first down. We come back and lob it outside.
Almost picked off. Again, it doesn't look like Peyton was able to pull his ball down.
He wasn't, and like I said, I'll take as much blame as I can for it, but I figured we had to throw the ball a little bit. That's what we do, and that's what we're going to do. Third and short, little Meeker sneaker as we call it, and Meeker gets his first down with a nice little run there.
He moved the pile.
So we went back from being behind the chains from 3rd and 12 to getting first downs and moving the football a little bit.
And again, an example of the maturation process of this team.
Throw it away, and it slips right out of his hands. We had something set up there, and it slipped out of his hands. They got us for intentional grounding. And he was even telling me before that he wasn't going to be intentional grounding. He was trying to throw it away, but it slipped right out of his hands. Here we had a screen set up. We're going to a little trickery there, and I'm glad Rozier didn't throw it.
Could have gone the other way.
Yes. And this one will make you sick. Wide open.
Ouch.
And Murray drops it. That's something you don't see Murray do. It was shocking to even see.
Murray cut down on the next play.
And now we got a punt. Now there's 11 seconds till halftime, so we decide to try to run a jet sweep here, let the clock run a little bit, and we don't account for the kid who knocks out our
basket
tailback. Yep. But our defense does a good job here of getting them off the field and getting us into halftime. We'll take that all day. We'll just let the clock run and try to get into halftime here. Try to get into halftime down by 7, but we're feeling good because we're running the ball, we're moving the ball. Life's good right now.
21-7 or 21-14 is your halftime score. Cookeville over Coffee County. You're watching live the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider football show. We're going to take a few minutes and get a word from our sponsors. We'll be back in the second half action in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
A Paul Reed Smith quilt top dual humbucker guitar. 1923 dollar bill, commonly referred to as the blanket bill.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
I'm Lori Thompson.
I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought Thompson Ford back in Tullahoma, Tennessee on Highway 55, selling new Fords and used vehicles and plenty of service in the service department. You guys have supported us 100%. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Look forward to 10 years worth of support. We can't wait to support you guys again. Give it back to the communities of Thompson Ford Way. Come see Mike and Lori. Thank you very much. Thank you for blessing us. God bless America.
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
They say you see the world differently. It's like I see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. And that's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart performs the most heart procedures in the state. That experience means more survivors. For more than 40 years, they have been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on because you want to survive.
Second half action, you're back in Cookeville. Cookeville ahead 21-7. Coffee County set to kick off. David Morgan, pooch kick. Spot on to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, we'd like for it to get down just a little bit closer to 35, but that's not, with kickers, you don't want to mess with them too much, so you just tell them good job and go on with it. Ross Davidson back in the game here, number 11. He tried to go, and he's just way too beat up. Great job, Zach Watson.
Another one of my kids from bygone days. It's really cool, just as an aside, to see a lot of these kids that you've been around or coached or watched on the other side of the line come through here and contribute to the high school team. It's a lot of fun to watch. Again, tackles.
Just busted assignment, missed tackles, and the bad part about it now is we've played well and we're down by 14, so now we're playing catch up. They have a nice little fake here, did a good job of setting that up, and that just kind of puts another thing in your coffin you got to think about now is we got to go for 2 points at some point during the game.
29-14, Cookeville out over Coffee County. Third quarter early in the game, early in the half. Excuse me.
Rozier again, good run, move the pile. Good run, good blocking. And here goes Jones.
Oh yeah, that guy. 47 is gone. Charles Jones, his longest run of the season, 71 yards. For the score.
It's nice when you can kind of run Rozier, run Murray, run Rozier, and then, oh yeah, you forgot about our fullback.
Yeah. Who's really good.
Who's pretty good.
Score is now 29-21. Coffee County down by 8, set to kick off. You are watching live the replay from last night's game, Coffee County and Cookeville. Coach Lee Davis, Red Raider Football Show.
Again, a little pooch it up.
Cookeville in an unbalanced set. Give tailback positive yards.
Good job by Murray holding on, getting him down. Third and short, and they fall forward for a first. Toss sweep, really good job by Wicks to turn him back in, but he's got to make the tackle. Missed tackles have haunted us all year long.
All year. It's definitely been the difference in more than one ball game.
Oh, absolutely.
Stack eye.
They slip behind us.
And it slips through their hands.
Yes.
Thank you.
We know how that feels.
Nice hit.
Little Hunter Smith.
Hunter Smith.
He's not scared to come up and put his head in there. It's fun to see.
Turnover, Coffee County ball. Pile moves, Rozier.
Again, I can't say enough about our offensive line, our tight ends, the way they just kind of moved piles last night against a defensive line that's the best in our region, one of the best. Thought we'd slip Justin Morris through there again if we could. Good job here on their sweep. Again, we don't run sweep well, but we'll run it every now and then. And this is just sickening. Wide open. We're so good here. We'd set that up and got it coughed up. We'd run the jet enough. We'd run the. We knew it would set up perfect, and you know, muddy conditions. Murray got hit, and it happens.
Good defensive stop there for Coffee County.
As you can see from the film, our kids are fighting, and fighting hard, and that's what you want to see. Tua Edinger is a great little quarterback. On a dry field without a wet ball, he may be one of the best quarterbacks in our region.
Where do you see his cousin?
Don't tell me that.
Freshman, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's their freshman backup.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Start the drive on the 7-yard line. Nothing good can ever come out of that. Good job by Rozier, just moving the chains.
30 youngsters, youth league kids watching this. If you watch D'Angelo Rozier, his two of his most critical features, he is pad level and his feet never stop.
I tell you what we did a lot too Friday night that we hadn't done a lot is we got Murray at quarterback to do nothing more than just hand the ball off. Usually when he's back there, we're trying to do something with him, we put him in a lot just to turn around and hand it off, and it kept defensive ends and linebackers from really keying on Rozier.
Into the third quarter, score is 29-21. Coffee County is down to Cookeville. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with more Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank & Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank & Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
It's Truck Month at Stan McNabb, and new trucks are arriving daily. All trucks available with 0% financing, like this new Chevy Silverado. 0% financing plus $5,000 off during Truck Month at Stan McNabb. Plus, every new truck is on sale this month. When nothing but a truck will do, get to Stan McNabb today, the area's largest truck dealer. 2000 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, under the big American flag.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with news leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
And you're back live. Fourth quarter action, Coffee County, Cookeville. D'Angelo Rozier off the end, a little sweep.
And again, if you saw, Murray's the one that handed the ball off there, and he got tackled immediately. So that was kind of good to know that Oh, here's a little reverse we ran. Thought we probably could have popped it for a little more, but it's not bad. We'd always run that little reverse to Wicks at tight end, and that time we handed it to Wicks, who handed it back to Murray on a double reverse. Sometimes I think we get a little too tricky for our own good.
Nice run off tackle, back to the basics. D'Angelo Rozier, pounding, grinding, Coffee County driving.
Oh, it's fun to watch when we're running the ball like this.
Sort of like a heavyweight prize fighter. They just sort of pounding on the body, just sort of in tight, just pounding on those ribs.
The Chaz McGee here on a jet sweep. Gets us nowhere, and now we're 3rd and 11. And Chaz has done a real good job for us this year. They're in man coverage. I'm not going to ask for the flag, but it sure would have been nice there. And the turning point of the game. I'm just glad we got him down and make it snap it. I tell you, a block punt is so hard to overcome.
Oh, it really is. You're trying to flip field position with a punt and live for another day, and it just puts you into a deeper hole than you started.
It does. We're down by 8 points. We're moving fine. We can punt it, hold them, get the ball back. We'd be okay. Now they've totally changed it around and fixing to score again and go up by 15.
Score is 35-21 right now. PAT forthcoming. Makes it 36-21 Cookeville.
Rozier, hard time taking care of it, and has a good run afterwards. He just kind of finds the hole and hits it. Gets us back up to almost the 26, 27-yard line.
He almost seems to sort of drift like a ghost in his runs. It's like he's not even really moving. He's just sort of floating, and then he's just gone.
Oh yeah. Out there, man coverage, and we feel like anybody that locks man coverage on our receivers, we've got to be able to throw the ball at them.
Ball batted down on a good play.
Oh, great play. They're here in a minute. Their nose guard intercepts the ball, and I'm still impressed with that. Good job. We've changed a little bit. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Again, a little power to Rozier. We knew we had 2 downs to get it because we weren't going to punt again. That's for sure. After what happened on the last punt, we knew we had to convert here on 4th and 3. And we just missed the block. I mean, you can attribute that to being tired or not the right play call, but we just missed one block, and now they get the ball again, and they're up by 15, and it's not looking good for us now. We've played well for 3.5 quarters, and it's downhill now.
Stag eye. Edinger pass.
Touchdown.
On the money.
So one good thing Cookeville does is they run, and when you fall asleep, they'll throw it.
Extra point kick makes it 43-21. Coach, what are you thinking here at this point? Are you thinking, are your kids thinking we're going to battle back? We got this thing? Or
they're not quitting, and it's nice to see. They're still fighting. What's happened now is we've turned into the fact we got to throw the football a little bit. And again, as a running team and throw it when we want to, it's not really easy when you're set up and you have to throw the football. Nice play by their nose guard who intercepted a pass. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. The nose drifted the ball and jumped up, and even Zach Huddleston came off the field and said, "That's amazing." I said, "Yes, it was." It's a good job here by our defense. It's we're down by a couple scores. Time's running out. They didn't quit. They held on, got us the ball back, and really allowed us to score again. Good job by Garrett Richardson. Garrett's been banged up all year. It was good to see him come out there and catch a little ball for 10 yards or 8 yards. Jeffrey Simmons in the backfield. All right, I think maybe Rozier. Maybe Rozier's last carry. He was banged up a little bit.
That was Simmons.
Was that Simmons? Yeah, he got banged up, so it was good to have Simmons come in and be able to carry the load here.
Nice catch by Wicks.
Wicks has turned into a really, really good wide receiver. Good job here. Throw it out to Wicks. Murray with a good block. And we're gone.
Beautiful run. Brent Wicks, 50-yard touchdown pass from Peyton Meeker.
Go for 2, and Jeffrey Simmons buries his head and gets us 2 yards. Again, we're fighting. We haven't given up, even though the clock is just winding, and the outcome is almost inevitable. Got an onside kick it here.
43-29 is your score. Cookeville still on top late in the fourth quarter.
And they got us for being offsides. There's a lot of despair as a head coach when you know you've got onside kicking.
Cookeville takes back over.
And their whole goal in life now is to run the 2 minutes off the clock and escape there with a win.
The last 2 minutes seemed to drag on for an eternity.
It did. The last 2 minutes, they get a first down. We'd actually called a couple timeouts trying to get the ball back. Our kids are still fighting. We haven't quit, and that is so wonderful to see.
Telling Red Raider Nation every time I hear we lose a game or we've been misfortunate to be on the other end of a score like this one. I keep telling people in Red Raider Nation is that this team and this program is on the up and up, is moving up. And an example right there, it hasn't always shown up on the scoreboard, but Coach, we were talking earlier, you see a maturation process with your younger guys and with your seniors have been leaders. Your line has gotten better. Your team battles late into games when maybe they might not have a chance, and Red Raider teams in the past might not have battled as deep into the fourth quarter under those situations. So I'm still seeing good things out there, Coach.
I am too. I'm proud of our seniors. Our seniors have, I told them last night their regular season's over with. They can now go in the playoffs as far as they want to. And I'm proud of every single senior for really being a leader and really learning how not to give up, never to quit, and do things right. And the younger guys have fallen in line, and the program's coming along. I mean, I hope people haven't given up on us and they'll stay with us and ride this thing on for years and years.
Should be a lot of fun. We got a lot of kids coming up. I'm watching on Saturday mornings that are going to be some really good contributors to the Big Red Machine going forward. So that's it. Coach, we'll be back here next weekend. We still don't know who Coffee County is going to face yet. Have you gotten a text on your...
I've gotten many texts. Let's see what the latest one says.
You got some real crackers out there that know how to use their text. Oh, thank you.
No, not yet. We should find out in the next 30 minutes who we're going to play.
Yeah, that's right.
Did they? I heard they had to bring security out for Ken Huddleston last night. KK was.
KK can get a little wild now. Let's.
I had to get you, my brother. I love KK, and we're just jawing with you a little bit, buddy. Got a player of the game, offense, defensive player of the game, Coach.
Offense player of the game. I mean, I thought the offensive line played well. I got to give it to D'Angelo Rozier, and I'm going to tell D'Angelo the only thing he's got to do with this is make sure he takes his offensive line with him.
He better.
Because he would have done absolutely nothing if it wasn't for Zach Huddleston at center, Riddle, King at guards, Cutshot at tackle, West at tackle. So he can win this, but he's got to take his offensive line out for some wings.
Okay, there you go, D'Angelo. That's the caveat on that. Defensive player of the game, Coach.
Defensive player of the game goes to Jordan Odom.
Jordan Odom.
Odom had an outstanding game last night. Came in, played defensive end for us, and at times was probably the best player on our defense. And he had a great game, so he gets our 2 Purple Pigs, $25 worth of wings.
All right, Odom, you can go enjoy those 25 wings by yourself, my friend. Rozier, you got to share them with your O-line.
And coach.
And coach. 2 Purple Pigs in Manchester on the Woodbury Highway. Stop by and catch those guys out. Brisket sandwich, Memphis style. Coach, anything else?
Come out next week, wherever we go.
Next
Help
week,
support us.
Wherever we go, we'll be here, and we'll be back here at 9:30 next week for the live with Coach Lee Davis, Red Raider, or the Coach Lee Raider Show, as we may call it from now on. Thanks a lot, and have a good week.